Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm doing something a little different than what I've done before. I'm taking a first impressions look at the Titanfall Beta. Now obviously this is a multiplayer beta of an entirely multiplayer game, and I haven't really covered any multiplayer games before on first impression, so this should be different. It might be a terrible disaster and I'll never do it again, or it might be okay and maybe I'll do some multiplayer games in the future. Let's find out. So before we actually jump into Titanfall, I'm sure most of you have heard of it. This is the big game coming from Respawn, who are all the people that left Infinity Ward after the whole Modern Warfare 2 thing, including the two heads of Infinity Ward at the time. And they went and made a game with mechs in it. But I think this is fair to say this is a very similar game to Call of Duty. So if you like Call of Duty multiplayer, you probably will like this. And if you don't, this might not be different enough to change your mind. But with that said, I'm probably going to refer to kind of like Call of Duty a lot, so apologies if you're unfamiliar with some of this stuff. So right off the bat, let's get into pilot loadouts. You know, this is your basic classes that you make in most most Call of Duty games. You know, except here you've got a primary weapon, an anti-Titan weapon for fighting mechs, and a sidearm instead of just a sidearm and a primary. Let's get customized. You unlock the ability to customize your pilots at level 5. Before that, you just sort of have 3 thrown together classes with some stuff unlocked that you don't have to start with. Now, of course, because this is a beta, it doesn't have very much of the stuff in it. These are all the weapons right now. There's just the 5. You unlock the sniper, I believe, at level 8. After that, you have all of them unlocked. We're going to stick with that. You got 2 anti-Titan weapons. The Archer Heavy Rocket is a lock-on rocket launcher. Okay, I thought I said rock-on, but it's a homing rocket. It does a lot of damage to Titans. It's my preferred of the two. The Sidewinder, on the other hand, is a bunch of rapid-fire little missiles. They don't lock on, so the Titans you're shooting at don't get a lock-on indicator, but they take a little too long, because the Titan can just turn around and shoot you while you're unloading rockets on it. Sidearms, nothing too special. They're just pistols. Your tactical ability is a little different from Call of Duty. This is basically a triggered ability you have that recharges after you use it. You can either go with Cloak, which is kind of neat to have everyone have the ability to cloak. As it says, it's more effective against Titans. You kind of are pretty visible when you're running around in front of somebody. Stim, which just makes you heal faster and run faster. Your Ordnance, just your grenades. You only have 1 grenade slot instead of 2. And then your Tier 1, Tier 2 kits are sort of your perks. You see, I don't even have all of them yet. These can affect not only your character, but also your Titan. And of course, you can change gender. Something that Call of Duty Ghosts made a big deal out of, and this game hasn't even really mentioned. So I'm going to keep the classes I have right now. You know, I've got my Sniper class, my Smart Pistol, which is a kind of a weird primary weapon. I'll explain that when we get in the game. And then a Shotgun class. Though I haven't found the Shotgun super useful yet, because the maps are both fairly open, which is a very big difference from Call of Duty, and there's a lot more mobility, which again we'll get into. Just a quick look at the Titan loadouts. At level 10 you get the ability to customize your Titans, though there really isn't a lot in here. As you can see, there's only 1 chassis, which kind of affects all your stats, and a built-in ability. The core ability is kind of like sort of like a kill streak bonus in Call of Duty, if you can keep your Titan alive for a while, and I don't think it's actually kill-based. I think it's just how long you're in there. You get your core ability, which in this case gives you more damage for like 10 seconds. Primary weapons don't run out of ammo for the Titan, but you do have to reload. So you got your long-range cannon, you got a rocket, and then you got a chain gun that's mostly more effective against troops on the ground. Tactical ability, again, another triggered ability, only for your Titan. The Vortex Shield is pretty neat. Ordnance is not really grenades, it's sort of like your secondary weapon. In this case, you fire a bunch of rockets out of your chest. And then your Tier 1, Tier 2 are also like your perks. So it's a little bit more complicated, just there's a little bit more stuff to keep track of. And then finally, we'll get into the burn cards, which are, you sort of just earn these from matches, you know. At the end of a match, it'll be like, you earn 2 new burn cards. These are one-time use things. You equip them, and then in the middle of a match, at any respawn, you can basically just trigger one of these, and it'll, you know, give you little buffs like, oh, your Titan comes down faster, or, you know, you spawn with a special weapon, like, you know, the Super Sniper or whatever. So that's a little thing to mix it up to. But again, it's not that different from Call of Duty. When you first get into the beta, it'll put you through the training, teach you a little bit of the new stuff, wall jumps and Titan summoning and all that. But I'm just going to try to explain that on the go. Now let's just finally get into a match, because we just spent a bunch of time sitting on the menu. Attrition is basically your team deathmatch. It's fairly simple. There isn't really any sort of deathmatch in here except Last Titan Standing, where it's just Titans versus Titans. And Hardpoint is your objective map. It's capture the points and hold them for, you know, set amount of time. We're just going to go with Attrition first and hope I don't get thrown into a game that's about to end. Looks like this one's just starting, which is good. Of course, there's no server options. I don't know if they're going to add those into the PC version later, but considering it's an EA published game, probably not. Do I want to use any of my burn cards? I don't know why the burn cards sort of flicker on the screen. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It only seems to happen when you're in a lobby. Sure, let's just pop that in there, just in case. So you don't actually use these up until you've actually used them in a match, but once you've used them, they're gone. It's not just like you use them once in a match and then get to use them again next time. Let's just go with those two. It's got the typical sort of challenges, you know. They give you experience, which will level you up faster. Challenges on certain weapons will unlock new attachments for those. You know, like get this, and then you unlock the... I guess the amped versions are just slightly better, because there seems to be a few of those. Also, it's not kind of, it's kind of balanced. You might think it's kind of silly that everyone has a rocket launcher, but the rocket launcher is not very effective against other people. It's really only good against Titans. Because otherwise, you know, Call of Duty, people run around with an RPG, they just blast you once, you're dead. Here, you're kind of okay even if you get hit with a rocket. Oh, are we gonna... Okay, there we go. I thought it locked up. Oh, there we go. Lost connection to server. So there's been some server issues, kind of intentional since this is a beta for a stress test. And they did recently open up the beta, which runs till Tuesday. I don't know if you can still get into this, because I checked it again, and it's like, it went to open beta, and then it's sort of like, oh, we got too many people who applied for this. So I don't know what the status is on it now. But yeah, they kind of fucked up when they gave out the codes, and they gave a bunch of people Xbox One codes instead of PC codes, or vice versa, and then they had to send out a bunch more. I ended up with 2 PC codes and an Xbox One code, and I don't even have an Xbox One. So they were like, oh, fuck it, just open it to everybody. And, as you'd expect, that broke the servers. So for a lot of my first impressions videos, I don't really, obviously, first impressions, I don't go into it with too much foreknowledge, but I did want to play some of this since it is multiplayer, and multiplayer is a little bit worse to try to show off when you don't even know what you're doing. It's kind of hard to explain something on the go while you're just dying a bunch. So you can see I'm level 10. I put some time into this, a couple hours. We might have some difficulty finding a server for this. I might have to just cut it until I can get into a match. Alright, I think we got one here. We actually got a proper loading screen. There's only 2 maps in the beta, Angel City and... I can't remember what the other one is. Basically, one of them is sort of a city block kind of area with lots of buildings, and the other one's a big open outdoor area. I find the city one's not as good for Titans because people can just sit on the roofs and shoot rockets at the Titans. And Titans can't jump or fly or anything, so they're kind of locked to the ground. You kind of got to hope that other people will support you when you're a Titan.
Pilot,
Alright, finally.
Battle of Attrition. Eliminate all enemy forces.
Let's go with the smart pistol first, because it's a little difficult to explain. And let's go with the chain gun. Okay.
Your Titan will be ready in 30 seconds.
So, the smart pistol, unlike a regular pistol, is sort of a lock-on weapon. There are a bunch of NPCs in the match, which is a little weird. They're not really... They're bots, but they're not, like, as tough as players. They're just meant to sort of be there to fill out the map. And you can, you get a few points for killing them, not nearly as much as you get for killing players. So the smart pistol can kill them in 1 shot. With an actual player, you need to lock on for a couple seconds to get 3 shots to kill a player instantly. So, you know, you gotta sneak up on someone. These grunts, just bam bam. This is a player, so it's not gonna lock on as fast. But you can also just fire it without locking on. Someone's behind you.
Shut down.
So you can see the radar is the same with the Call of Duty with, you know, it locks on. People show up as they shoot. If they have silenced weapons, they don't show up. You can see I've got a double jump. You can also mount ledges. I kind of missed. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. You can mount ledges. You can wall run like this and then jump off. So there's a lot more mobility in this than Call of Duty. Throw some grunts.
Titan online. Signal weapon.
You can see on the bottom right there, my Titan is ready. Basically, the way Titans work is that every player has a countdown at the start of the game, so they can use their Titan. Nope, I got sniped. You got a countdown, and as you get kills and stuff, your countdown will take some time off, you know. You'll get an extra 10 seconds for killing a player to make it come down faster, and then once you've got it, you can kind of just hold on to it. You can also call your Titan down and not use it, and just sort of have it follow you around and shoot people automatically, but obviously it's not as good as if you use it yourself. Hello there, can I get a smart pistol shot on this guy? No, he's too far away. You can see it's kind of hard to get a lock. Oh, and now he's invisible. Come here, you slippery son of a bitch. I don't even think he knows I'm following him. Oh, I guess he heard me shooting at him. I was like, what? So, I could pull out my anti-Titan weapon here, or I could try to rodeo, which is where you jump on top of the Titan, like that other guy was doing, and just sort of unload on its weak spot. Oh, we lost.
We've been defeated. We're cutting our losses and getting the hell out of here.
Once we've lost, the game doesn't actually end. A dropship will come down, and I think you get a bonus for actually being able to get on it and escaping before the enemy team destroys it. Though I've never actually successfully gotten onto the dropship, because it always gets blown up, or I get killed before I get to it. And you can't respawn. Oh, jeez. That was some desync-ass desync.
Dropship en route. Recommend proceeding to the evac point.
Let's see if I can fix this. Yeah, we lost there anyway. Because everybody died before they could get to the dropship. You can see my ping shot up. It's going back down. Hopefully, whatever's downloading in the background. Probably Steam trying to update something. So I didn't even really get to show off the Titan there, but hopefully we'll get a full match this time. But you can definitely see just from that there's a lot more mobility to this than just a Call of Duty level where people are running around. Because you can run around and jump on top of stuff, and then jump down and kick people, because the kick is basically the effective version of this of the knife, one-hit kill, close combat. Alright, let's pop out here into the lobby. Got some challenge progress, and hope I can fix my ping before we continue. Alright, there we go. We got into the other map, Fracture.
Jumping in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Oh, I think this is actually the first time I've gotten on Militia.
Alright, boss, this is a battle of attrition. Eliminate all enemy forces.
That's better. Alright, let's try running with the sniper. I haven't used it very much. It's not an instant kill or anything, though it probably is if you get a headshot. Headshots are kind of hard to get, though, when people are jetpacking all over the place. You can see we dropped with our grunts. The way to tell grunts apart from regular players, the grunts show up as smaller dots on the radar. You can see there's a bunch of them in that building. Players show up as a bigger circle, blue or red. I'm surprised we haven't seen anyone yet. Sounds like there's... Oh, that's our guy shooting. There's someone on the roof. So yeah, I find that this is a much better map of the two for Titans, just because it's big and open. Less places for people to jump your Titan. That was a grunt. Took the bullet for that other guy. Oh shit. I suppose that other guy didn't forget I was shooting at him. So yeah, Attrition is just about, you know, it's essentially a deathmatch, except there's points. So you get points from killing the grunts, and you get more points from killing Titans. So a wasted Titan is actually less useful.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes.
I found that grunts are a good way to sort of fill in the areas where you're not actually running into players. Because, of course, this is only a 6v6 game, which a lot of people complain. Oh, hello. Didn't even see you. I thought that was a grunt. A little hard to tell grunts apart from players just on sight, especially when there's a player hanging out amongst them. Is that an enemy Titan? I think that is an enemy Titan. Nope, that's an enemy Titan with a player in it. I thought it was the guy that I just killed. I can't get on that Titan from here, so let's just... Titans have shields, but that recharge, and then they have health that doesn't recharge, so it's kind of hard for someone to just dominate the whole match as a Titan. They're sort of disposable. Yeah. So you'll see here, when I tried to lock onto him, you'll actually get a pilot locking thing. You don't get that with the other anti-Titan weapon. And I assume they're going to have more than just the two in the final game. Is that a pilot? That's player. That's a grunt. That's a grunt. Where are you?
Hey, your Titan's good to go. Call it when ready.
I think the jump kick's actually more fun than knifing people. Because you can literally jump kick people. What are y'all shooting at? Okay, there should be a player over there somewhere. And you can actually spawn in as your Titan if you have it ready when you're dead. So here's my Titan. You can see the enemy Titan's health bar when you aim at them, including when you're on the ground, so that's actually helpful to know if you're killing it or not. Once they get into that covered over state, it means that they're in a doom state, and the Titan's going to blow up soon. It's like a timed countdown. So you can jump out, or you can try to stay in and get a couple kills before your Titan blows up. Like that one there, we just doomed it.
Fight around, and I mean right now.
Negative. The pilot was KIA. I repeat, the pilot was KIA.
Oh, that should cool him off.
Alright, someone just rodeoed me, which means they're standing on top of my Titan, and I want to shake them off.
Shut down.
You can see the Titan will keep fighting when you get out, and you can just get back in at any time.
Control transferring to pilot.
Which kind of gets you shot up. You can see my Titan's not doing so hot. Really?
Pilot exiting. AI mode engaged. Engaging guard mode.
Thanks for the help, Spectres. They were just kind of standing there watching that guy. There are grenades, but I almost never use them just because the maps feel too big for grenades to be effective.
Engaging enemy infantry.
Hey look, my Titan's still alive. Hey buddy. He's probably gonna blow up before I actually get in.
Pilot.
So the Vortex shield there actually lets you just grab bullets and throw them back. On the first day of this beta being up, you could see every fight would just be two Titans doing that at the same time. You can also just step on people.
Online. Damage core activated.
Alright, about to blow up. Alright.
Severe reactor damage sustained.
The reason it auto-ejected me there is because I have a Titan perk that auto-ejects you when your Titan dies and then cloaks you.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes. Okay, your Titan will be ready in 60 seconds.
You can see I just dropped the whole minute off there by getting a double kill. I find those Titan audio cues are very useful. You don't really have to check your HUD all the time. You can actually just wait for them to tell you, you know, hey, your Titan's about to be ready. Yeah, that one's about to blow. Another one way over there. Alright, he's doomed, but he can still kill me before he blows up.
Rock and rolling. You're unstoppable.
It's on the way. Stand by for Titanfall.
So you can see Titans are sort of disposable. They don't just rule the battlefield like you'd expect them to for big giant mechs. When somebody pops their vortex shield, you can just go up and start punching them with your Titan.
The enemy is slightly ahead of us. The battle's almost over.
Let's see if he ejects. No, he didn't eject.
Rock and rolling.
I actually caught that rocket that somebody was shooting at me. Shit.
Engaging AI mode. Auto-type engaging enemy pilot. Engaging follow mode.
Come on, Titan, kill him. Alright, let's pop a burn card, use this super sniper. I've never used this before. Alright, we lost. I thought we were doing pretty well.
Pilots will send in dropships to get you out. Check your HUD for the evac points.
Alright, so I guess this is the stronger sniper. You can't even actually pick this or unlock it yet. It's only a burn card. But I assume you'll be able to unlock it. Alright, it's definitely not a one-shot kill. And yeah, once you die after defeat, you only get 1 life. So whoever can make it to the dropship, I assume, gets some sort of bonus.
I've sent the dropship. Hurry.
But pretty much what happens, you get in the dropship, and once you're in the dropship, you can't really do anything. So if the enemies have a whole lot of Titans, they'll probably blow up your dropship before you get out of there, since it just sort of sits there for a couple seconds waiting.
Dropship is here. Get on it.
I wonder if my ping is just shooting up at the end of matches, as it seems to. Nope, yeah, there goes the lost connection, but whatever. We saw that whole match. Let's see. Gotta wait till it picks up Origin here again, but I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what Titanfall is. Oh, there it goes again. It's similar to Call of Duty. I wouldn't say it's, you know, a big innovation compared to like Call of Duty 4, where everyone started copying this setup. This is, I think, just an evolution of that setup. You know, it's a little bit more complex, there's a bit more going on, but it's pretty much the same system with the loadouts and everything, and the progress and all that. I'm sure they'll have prestiging, though they'll probably call it something else, you know, where you erase all your progress and start over. Hey, look, I got a new thing. Oh, I wonder if that's what the amp thing is. It's not actually an unlock, it's just, hey, you did this challenge, so here's your card. What did I unlock for the Titan? New warheads. Sure, let's try that. And what did I unlock for pilots? Primary. Oh, I probably got a scope for the sniper or something for getting enough kills with it. Yeah, I got an ACOG if I want to, you know, go medium range instead of long range. But, alright, let's maybe try popping into the last Titan standing mode, just because I haven't even tried that yet. And I think we'll call it after that. Oh, server. It kicked me from the server for being full. But why did it try to put me in a full server? Matchmaking for you. Of course, this is a beta, so it's not really surprising that it's broke. I'm sure the game will probably be broken on the first day as well. You know, these are just the things with popular games. And EA isn't exactly known for its smooth PC launches. Well, with Battlefield and SimCity now and all of it being broken, I'd say if you're going to get Titanfall on the PC, maybe wait a couple days to a week before you jump in on this, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of problems. We're also not going to run this whole match through. We're just going to get in here and, you know, give you an idea. Now, it's last Titan standing, but I don't know if you actually can eject. Like, you know, if you lose your Titan, can you still fight until you die? But this is the more tactical, one life to live sort of game type. I'm sure there's going to be more than 3 game types, but these are the 3 that are on offer right now. Looks like it's 4v4. Oh yeah, see, it's 4v4, but now it's only 2 Titans and 2 players. Or 2 pilots, as they're called. Alright, let's get in here. I probably should have gone with a different Titan. The Assault Titan's not as useful against other Titans.
The enemy team. You've only got 1 shot at this.
So, from what I saw there, players can still be alive once their Titan's blown up, but once all the Titans are blown up, it doesn't matter if people are still alive, they lose up automatically. I don't know what that is. There's a gray icon on the radar. It's like a... I don't know. So, I assume this is kind of the mode for people who like mech games. Oh, right. I forgot I changed my rocket. Let's try, I guess I'm probably not close enough to get a lock on here. It's kind of, interesting to compare this to Hawken, which I've also been playing a lot of lately, to maybe do a video on. Because, this is definitely a lot looser of a mech game than... I also like that your Titan will tell you stuff like, hey, you're about to fight 3 Titans at once, maybe you should back off. Alright, that's 1 down. I saw that guy try to dodge out of the way. You can see that meter right under the middle of the screen. That's our dodge meter. You can do 2, essentially, dashes, since you don't have a jump.
Warning, multiple Titans engaging.
Like that. Your Titan will tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't try to fight all these Titans.
Caution, you are outnumbered 2 to 1.
Alright, I'm pretty sure there's an invisible player on that ridge somewhere, but whatever. He's less of a threat than the Titans, which, seems like we've lost 2 of ours. I thought they were all hanging out with me. I don't even know. Oh, that's our grunt pod. So I was like, I don't know what just dropped in front of me.
Damage core online. Damage core activated. You now have increased damage output.
Oh, enemy Titan is back here somewhere.
Warning, health system low.
Somebody was unloading on me.
2 enemy Titans are left.
But whatever, we took down a Titan. And then lost 1 of our Titans, so okay. That wasn't a great trade. I'll try to stick near this guy. I don't want him to go get blown up. There is a player around here somewhere still, because he just dropped a grenade on him. Yeah, he's hiding in there somewhere.
Warning, recommend regen.
Oh, I actually got that guy. Please don't tell me our other guy just died, because, I don't want to be the last Titan standing. I thought this would be just a free-for-all, actually, but, I guess it's still team. He's going pretty low over there, but so am I.
Warning, another Titan is attacking you. Damage, take cover.
Ah, really? That was their last Titan too, I think. That's pretty close though. I can see the appeal of that. That's for, you know...
Come on, guys, let's win this one.
Yeah, like you said, let's win this one. But I think that's a pretty good look. You know,
Don't expose yourself.
you get what Titanfall is. It's,
Make sure you got a lot of cover.
It's Call of Duty with mechs. If, you know, or if in Infinity Ward had been allowed to make anything other than Call of Duty, maybe they would have made this. Similar with Bungie, I guess, where they didn't want to make Halo anymore. They wanted to make a new shooter, which is where Destiny comes in. But yeah, that's Titanfall. It seems pretty neat. I don't know if I'll buy into it, because I'm not really big on the Call of Duties. You know, I'll play them once in a while, but I'll skip a couple generations.
Caution, you are outnumbered 2-1.
But who knows? Maybe I'll jump into this. It seems to run pretty well. It doesn't look amazing, but they said that the textures and stuff are a lot lower res than the final game because they wanted to make the beta download smaller.
Warning, multiple Titans engaging.
But yeah, this is coming out in March 11th, I believe, for the Xbox One and PC. So you need Origin to play it on the PC if you're one of those people who's super against Origin, which I thought I was once, but seem to have lost desire to care about whether I need another program installed. But yeah, I like what I've played so far. It's pretty fun. I don't know if I'll jump into it right after the beta, but I might jump into it in the future. And I've been Shadefire. This is Titanfall Beta. I believe you can't actually get into this now because they have too many applicants, even though it went open beta.
Warning, another Titan is attacking you.
But I'll see you folks around some other time. Hopefully this multiplayer video didn't go on too long or isn't too awful. And maybe I'll try it again with some other game.
Warning,
But you folks all have yourselves a fine day.